Hi! So for today, we're going to go over a diaphragmatic breath, which remember is our kind of main calming breath. And the way that the diaphragmatic breath works is as we take these really big intentional inhalations and exhalations, it stimulates the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is one of the primary nerves that gets us into that parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest system. So it helps to balance the system that's kind of the opposite side of the coin from fight or flight. You can use this breath literally anytime, anywhere to help you calm that nervous system response just a little bit. And really, when we are feeling a stress reaction, this can be used to help kind of turn the coin over to our parasympathetic nervous system and rest and digest. Now remember, this works best when you practice regularly. So even spending a minute or two each day on this will help you, and it will particularly make this more effective when you need to use it in a moment of kind of higher stress, higher stakes, okay? And when you're first starting out, I highly recommend that we practice this in a distraction-free environment, very quiet, very focused, so that you can kind of get the hang of it and notice the feelings that are going to happen as you start doing this breath. But after you know and have practiced it a bit, then really you can do this anywhere. So if you're in a meeting or talking to someone or even stuck in traffic, it will be effective and it'll be useful for you. So in our video, I am going to tell you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. And obviously, when you're doing this later in the world, that won't be necessary, but it does help kind of learn the general mechanics initially. One more note is that sometimes for folks who are beginning a practice of intentional breathing, there can be sometimes some associated feelings of anxiety or distress can come up. And if that happens, just remember it's totally normal and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'd like for you to do is to pause and come out of the breathing practice at that time, and then you can come back into it maybe the next day, and you'll start off with a few fewer breaths. So you don't necessarily have to do the practice for as long as I'm going to take you through it today, because you can kind of build up to it, okay? So remember, if you start to feel uncomfortable and it doesn't feel productive for you to stay in that experience, then definitely please take a pause and you can come back to it another day. And typically with practice, that does tend to get better. And if it doesn't, then that's a situation where it could be good to check in with a professional at a therapist or a counselor or somebody who might help you dive into those issues a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'd like for you to sit comfortably in a chair, and we're going to find that neutral posture where we have our pelvis, and then our rib cage is on top of the pelvis, and our head is on top of our shoulders and ribs, okay? And you're going to try to avoid either leaning forward or leaning back, really finding that one long line through the spine is where our lungs are going to be placed so that they can breathe most efficiently, okay? So to start, go ahead and I'd like for you to just take a nice calm inhale without really trying to control the inhale too much. So you're going to breathe in and just notice that experience. And then exhale, breathe out and relax. Breathe in, noticing the inhale, and exhale. And relax. Now we're going to be a little bit more directed with our breath, and I'd like for you to place your hands on your belly. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel your belly release. So you're going to open the abdominal wall, and you're going to allow a nice big inhalation. That'll give us a little bit more air entering into the lungs. So we'll breathe in, relaxing the belly, and exhale, allowing the belly to respond and return. Inhale through the nostrils, letting the air fill the lungs and the abdominals relax. And exhale, allowing the abdominals to soften and return. Breathe in again, allowing the abdominals to soften and relax. And exhale, return. I'm going to begin to count. So we'll breathe in for 1, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Continue allowing the abdominals to release. 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Inhale deeply, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3. Continue breathing. I'm going to let you breathe for about 30 seconds on your own, so you can get used to creating this sensation and noticing what it feels like. So we'll begin. Breathe in, 2, 3, So continue taking one last long deep breath, breathing in and exhale and release. Now let your attention return to your surroundings. Open your gaze and take notice of the room you're in. Start to notice how you're feeling, any sensations that you felt during that breathing practice. So remember that you can do this literally anywhere and anytime you need to get a little more grounded, to get a little calmer, and a little bit more clear. Okay. Take care and have a beautiful day.